Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to the grand match of this winner's bracket side of the Zelda 2 tournament. Hailing all the way from an unknown location, we have the fun and animated MiRai facing off against the new and upcoming Animus, also in an undisclosed location. So, wherever they hail from, they will be putting on a hell of a show. Today, I am joined by the tracker, Patrick, and none other than my buddy Night Shifter in commentary. Say hello.
Good evening, Z2R fans. Tonight, we finally have the long-awaited Game 3 of our winner bracket final. Last week, it got postponed due to flu shot. That's all you need to know. But here we are, finally, Game 3 of this winner bracket final. Winner moves on to the grand finals. Loser goes down to await the winner of the Trails Sparkles match. This is gonna be good.
Yes, so how did our runners get here, Night Shifter?
Oh, of course you would ask me that.
So earlier in this tournament, we did have MiRai knocking off Trails to send him to losers bracket.
Here we go, though.
And let's get ready to rumble.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, I had loaded the seat up in the randomizer just to see what it was, and this West took a while to load up, and it shows. Oh my word!
So it's good, nice and evil, like we wanted, right?
Look at this. Oh, and MiRai has found the cave to Maze Island. And we have the fairy spell here in Saria. A good early find, but oh no! It's 99 at level 1. Oh no! Flashbacks from Race 2 already.
I made the joke to Patrick when we were setting up that something was going to be expensive, and guess what? We already found it.
The other cave connector on Maze Island leads to nothing but a dead end in the Death Mountain. And oh, there's the hammer. This early 1-1-1 dive for Animus is paying off.
This is nice.
And
really
he's found
fun.
the second item. We have Jump in Meadows. And we have just a magic container, but considering Fairy's 99... and now our magic's up to 80. Now it won't hopefully be as long to bring down the magic cost.
Oh, keep them all be expensive. We want them to be pricey.
And Animus is going to make the play to go see, 1, what's this palace is, and 2, where does this bridge connector lead? And we've got a 3 or 6 here on Maze Island. With Red Iron Knuckles giving 100. Not bad. Yeah, Animus is going to go ahead and power level here on these red... Nope. He's going to go see what this connector is. If he can do so safely. Oh, MiRai found both a red and it's the east. Wow, but Animus is over here, and he's into Risen P-Bag Cave at 1-1-1. This is speaks to the position Animus must feel he is in to take this risk.
Yeah, that is going to be painful at 1-1-1, trying to go through these hallways. Things are taking a lot of hits, as we can see over on MiRai's side.
Yes, but he gets through, and he's already power leveling magic. Already up to magic 3 and 75. if he gets to Maze Island and finds that magic container, that's castable at 3.
Okay, that's worth farming up to.
Oh, and there's another red Dyra.
Things need to be painful.
Oh, and there's the magical key. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's a nice early find. Means we can dip dungeons, not have to cast fairy.
And a heart container on grass tile.
Okay, well, at least our runners can be a bit healthy, right?
And yep, and and here comes Animus into Magic Container Cave as MiRai leaves. And MiRai goes into Peabag Cave. MiRai has not gone to the grass tile yet. And we have the flute in Pillar Peabag Cave.
Okay. Might not be required depending if we haven't seen Spack Rock yet. Or
Animus taking some bumps there and taking a death there and Magic Container Cave. Not sure if he'll get through that cleanly. And is this is Heart Container Cave here for MiRai.
Yeah, but it's not being nice to MiRai at all.
No, it is not. And neither is Magic Container Cave to Animus. Oh, and there's a Magic Container! So Fairy is now castable. He has Fairy, he has Magical Key. Except for Glove Blocks,
he might start dipping.
Yeah, he will probably, as soon as he finds the palace, he is going to go in. And Animus is about to find about the jump in Mido. And we're going to see MiRai come back to Mido, Fairy, and get his down stab.
As some would like to debate, it is the best stab in the game.
As Animus is making his way to do the things that Helmet Head guards the cross, so they will not be looking for that item in P2.
I mean, it would be nice so we could see what's going on, but yeah, none of the runners need it.
No way the runners are going to get that cross. And yes, there are no palaces here on the western half of the West, so they are going to have to find their way to the eastern half somehow and find their palaces in there and the other 2 towns.
Will Krista get her seed that she wants? Will River Devil actually block something?
Unless it's a Vanilla West. I mean, as Vanilla East, then no.
Yeah, our good old restreamer, Krista, always wants to have River Devil be needed in the game. 500 P-Bags is always great to find.
And MiRai heading to the northeast section of Maze Island, which we know does not have any of the items or any of the connectors. So he is going the wrong way from where he needs to go. Oh, and there's the raft. Is that the raft tile connected to Maze Island as well? Ladies and gentlemen, Maze Island is our hub today.
And I will be right back.
And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Jump Cave is going to be our connector to the other side of the west here. Oh, and Animus found Parappa Cave, and it leads to the western side of the east. The eastern side of the west. And he's found P1 there.
Not a bad thing to have found.
And immediately finds Horsehead. Just
Holy
straight
crap.
down the elevator.
Well, that's all that's going to be happening for P2 because we know we're not
No,
going
this
to
is
have the cross.
P1.
Yeah,
This
sorry.
is P1, so Animus might come back in for the item because we're still missing a raft. We are still missing a glove. We still might need the boots. And yeah, Animus is going to go search for the item here. I can't blame him. And MiRai now realizing, yep, and there's your east, MiRai. Up into that other section of Maze Island, because that's where your two items are. And, oh yeah, MiRai definitely shaking his head because he knows he took the long way to get to those items. And finding the dead end Death Mountain.
Yeah, I kind of did make things a little different on the prediction since usually left side is the first prediction. But make sure you pick if you want MiRai or Animus to take the victory here. Send the losers down. Send the loser to face off of against the eventual winner between Trails and Sparkles, which has game 2 on Monday.
Yep. And this is 3-6, so MiRai's going to show us what this 3 or 6 is here on Maze Island. As Animus continues to look for the item in 1. Oh, but getting beaten up pretty hard here. But with plenty of lives. And our runner's on equal level. 3-3-4.
Nice, that's always good. It's nice to see it be a nice close race. We're all hoping then that this is a great race for race number 3 between these two.
Yes, this.
MiRai having taken game
And
1.
here's Animus into the item room in 1. Oh, gets caught at the feet by that
Yes, what are they called?
Mago.
But yeah, game 1 was taken by MiRai, game 2 by Animus, so it's anyone's game.
Yep. And oh, this is P3 on Maze Island as MiRai has found Rebanak.
But Rebanax is nice and has, or he does have down stab for Revo.
And has gone right in the corner. And what was that in 1?
I don't know. Patrick, what did you see in 1?
Heart container.
Okay, so
Not bad,
nothing
not
grand.
bad. But now Animus will go in. He'll go back down to Horsehead's room and go place his first gem of the match, which will come to us very early. Oh, and perfect timing by MiRai. Got the dismount right into the jackhammer. There goes Rebo. And in fact, this first gem placement for... Oh, okay. I think MiRai is going to go look for that. Maybe for the level, maybe for the item.
I don't know, but it's really, I think, more level than anything. It's really funny that bosses drop 1-ups.
That just means... But they have the any key, so...
So it's kind of useless that they... I mean, it's nice to have those extra lives, but still kind of funny that they drop 1-ups.
Oh! That rope showing MiRai the ultimate disrespect. And here is Animus into Medicine Cave.
We haven't seen Medicine Cave yet, have we?
Nope. Ooh, and MiRai resorting to the bubble kill. And there's a magic container in Medicine Cave, which gets us to 7 magic containers already. Which means we'll be seeing Grandma's basement if we need it.
Why do we want to camp out in Grandma's basement? I thought we're grown adults here.
You know that's where she always hides the good stuff.
True, true.
It's where she hides all the good stuff, Irene.
It's where the cookie jar is. Well, Krista's basement, it's where River Devil's workout equipment is, to where River Devil will be required at some point.
Thunder free in Rauru.
Wow, I apparently generated a jet of a baby seed at least. We've gotten some nice items.
But that glove is still outstanding, and that raft is going to be needed. Well, maybe. All depends if if there's something in Death Mountain they need.
It's nice to require something in Death Mountain.
And here's our last palace in the west, and it's 6.
Ooh, so I'll see Barbara before too long.
We have 1. We have 6. Oh, I don't remember if we saw the third palace here in the west yet. We do have 1 and 6. And here's the candle in 3.
That's what we always want. At least we can now see things in caves.
Oh.
Runners can see things in caves. But it definitely enlightened Mariah.
Well, the one in the Caldara, which we get to see. Okay, so there is a confirmed Caldara, which is Jump Cave. And Parappa Cave will take us to the side of the east where Animus is. But with MiRai having finished off Maze Island, the only reason he has to go back there is to get to the east. And as from all the palace knowledge we have so far, GP is in the east. So doing a Maze Island to west, then back across Maze Island to east is going to be the ideal routing, which MiRai is on.
Good thing to know.
And yes, Animus without downstab is oh, and it's a dead end Caldara too. So
Let's see what this palace is, though.
So you have to come into here. Oh, and this could be GP, but it isn't. It's P4.
Ooh, but we do not have Reflect yet.
We
so
do not have Reflect, so
it's a nice knowledge of knowing where they are.
yes, it's a very good knowledge that that's where 4 is. One that Animus does not have yet.
Animus doesn't have downstab either.
And this is going to be MiRai taking Parappa and getting over to the eastern side of the west. He'll get his Thunder. He'll get P1. He'll get his heart container out of here, more than likely. And right now, I think both runners are pretty much neck and neck.
So
With Mirai was just
a good
a
question.
slight exploration advantage.
Here's a good curious question for you. Where do you think the glove is? Or the boots?
I'm going to put both the glove and the boots in New Kasuto. Even better. I'll put the glove, the boots in Spell Tower, with Spell being in Darunia behind the child, which block the boots, which block the glove on the water tile. So,
You like the evil things, don't you?
oh, anything that brings out entertainment for our audience. And a very quick Barba for Animus in P6.
So we know our dungeons are fairly quick, so that will be nice. That's nice. That means that dungeons are not going to be our equalizer until maybe GP.
So far, the bosses have been easy. The items have been a bit of a dig.
But taking a little bit of time to come down at attack.
Because we still have not seen the item here in P6.
True.
Which we don't know what it could be. It could be something we need. It could be useless. This could be that child that we need to take to Darunia and get the spell to get the boots to go get the glove. And there's Animus's second gem, putting him up 2-1. And here's Mirai getting his heart. And the runners are now tied as Mirai heads to check out these towns, these caves, and then eventually get into this P6. Into Medicine Cave to get his 7th magic container, which he won't complain about.
No, it's always nice having additional magic.
They will never complain about additional magic, especially if some of the
as the spells come down, you can cast things more often, like Fairy, Thunder.
But it's gonna help if those don't come down that much.
True. It just means you can't cast them nearly as often as we would like. They would like.
Yes, I mean we could be at Magic 7 and still have Fairy in the 30s. I've seen it. It's brutal.
Oh, but it's so fun.
Oh yes, and Shield is behind the trophy. So
Not as likely to get that unless
No.
we just randomly find the trophy.
And now Mirai finding that Rauru is the free Thunder. And Animus about to find out the bad news that this is a one-sided Caldara. And that he has to go through Jump Cave to get there.
Yeah, I'd only give the slight advantage to...
And here's our last item cave in the west, Trophy Cave.
Yeah, I'd give the slight advantage to MiRai right now because he knows the knowledge, but ooh, that is a painful death for
That is a
Animus.
lava bath for Animus. Not the time to be taking that.
You mean there's a normal time to take a lava bath?
Yes, when it's not in. Oh, and there's the medicine. There's jump, which they may or may not go get. Animus will pick it up because he hasn't gone back to get downstab. We will not see MiRai go back and get that.
With us having fairy, more than likely jump is not going to be.
And we have both runners here in Rudo looking for hints, but I cannot imagine they are going to. Oh, he's gonna stop and ask where are the trophy. Where was that? I missed it at both times. In the east, so our trophy is in the east somewhere. And Animus ups and A's because he's done with what he can do so far on this part of the west. So, and here is MiRai into Trophy Cave, and
Hey, we can actually see the enemies this time.
yeah, and I know we all make fun of the candle, but there are some times when you can see things that it makes it easier to get through these caves and pass-throughs. And Animus is going to also find the cross hint, which will help him know that he does not have to dig 2 when he gets to 2 in the east. And we do know that 2 GP and 5 are in the east.
And 2 has our cross, so we're not digging in there. Alright, I got the correct place this time.
Yes, you did. And there's jump for Animus and the up A and out of Mito.
Sorry again, but I'll be right back again. Sorry.
It's okay. And Animus now making his way through Jump Cave to find P3 in the one-sided caldera. Patrick, that would be very funny. Oh, and
Oh, that would be evil,
MiRai
Patrick.
giving us the jumpless jackhammer there to start out.
Patrick, are you sure you're not evil?
As Animus heads for Maze Island and P3. And that was a clinic by MiRai on Barba. And that will push MiRai to a lead of 3-2.
Yes, but does he go back looking for the item?
He probably will because, once again, we don't know where the glove is, we don't know where the raft is, we don't know where the boots are, and all 3 still might be required.
Yep, we're all good. So both digging through palaces right now. Let's see who finds something first.
Alright, continues to dig out 6 for its item, and as Animus continues his search for Rebanak.
If I remember right, Rebo and Aqua is not too far in.
No, it's just getting to him.
Evening, Starfall. We have a very nice fun race so far.
And Animus has found Rebo.
And there goes Rebo. Well, he doesn't know. MiRai doesn't know what's in 6, so there could be something huge. It could.
And
be
here it
that.
is. Oh, it's the child!
Wait, we need the child. Do we need the child?
We don't know if we need the child, but
That
was
did not
predicted.
grab him.
that was predicted earlier, so if the child is indeed blocking something, if, say, Reflect is in Darunia, this could be the play of the match.
Yes, it could. We won't know until MiRai heads back over there.
Yes, and Animus finally powering through Risen P-Bag Cave here to find...
Didn't we already see this on MiRai's side?
No, it's the raft!
Ooh, that's a nice find.
But
Maybe.
that's probably only good to get us to Death Mountain at this point. And here's MiRai gonna be into Risen as well, gonna get his raft as well. But yes, raft is definitely DM because the one cave connector we had was a dead end, and we have all our other connectors. And it is
What did I miss?
the
Sorry.
child blocks Reflect.
Ooh, and there is MiRai's raft, by the way, so it's not like
This is a huge early swing because this means, yes, MiRai is definitely ahead because he does not have to go back and dig 6 for the child, unlike Animus. As soon as he finds the hint, gets the hint for the child, he is going to be kicking himself.
It's the question is how long until he goes and digs P6?
I can imagine once he finds out this hint, he is going to be immediately back to P6. Because that is a critical... Oh, and there's the bad news for Animus. And yep, there's the up and A. He is going right back to 6.
Definitely to go. I mean, you have to have reflect. So.
Yep, and this is where the match now separates. Fire has not been found yet, so fire reflect could be a thing. And if it is, oh, that would hurt. Because if Animus found fire and found it was reflect and didn't have to go back to dig this child out of 6, that could have been huge as well. But as it stands, that's not what's happening.
You're working on getting a replacement for Patrick since he had to disappear. But yeah, this has been a quite interesting race. There is Pete back into P6 for Animus.
Yep. While MiRai can just keep on going exploring the east here. That's just a pass through. Of course, 7 containers gets MiRai into Grandma's basement, which is the trophy.
Not needed, but it would be. I mean, that gives us jump, right? Or no, it gives us shield.
Gives us shield. And oh, does he go and just get what the spell is?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, because it's not spell, or else he would not have hesitated.
I mean, if it's fire.
If it's fire and it's spell, that is a blessing in disguise. But if it is fire.
Ooh.
Now the question is,
what's it linked to? 13 at magic. It's shield. Well, that wasn't shield.
Nope. It's not shield.
Life.
Don't know yet.
I thought he just cast it for 13 magic, and we didn't see anything happen.
It is not spell. So we are
going to have the amazing Drosy join us on.
It is reflect.
Oh,
wow!
That is 2 different outs that could have been for
It
Animus,
is
but he doesn't have
reflect.
either.
The child was not needed. Oh, this is just all kinds of unfortunate for Animus.
Poor unfortunate. Sorry, I said I wouldn't.
Here's Old Kasuto. Is this spell?
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. MiRai just coming from.
Well, yeah, MiRai is.
But it's worth
understandably
going back to
upset.
Tower.
He is understandably upset because he was just all the way there in New Kasuto.
Yep, Z2R trolls strikes again.
Yep.
And we don't have the boots, so we can't check that water tower.
Which could be what's waiting here in this spell tower.
The boots in the spell tower to get to the water tile to get your glove.
Yeah, that would it would be a nice little convenient little circle.
Yes, so we don't want it, right?
Naburu is life.
Okay.
Oh, how do we know it's not life? How do we know it's not life? Because MiRai casted reflect after getting spell, and it's just the 8th magic container. Oh,
well, we are full on magic now. So.
Yep, but MiRai casted reflect after picking up fire, and when he swung his sword, it shot fire, so reflect and fire are connected. If the two spells are connected, you can cast one another to cast one another. The two spells are connected each way to one another.
What he said.
And here's Animus for the child. But
how long until MiRai actually goes back to P4 though? We know where it is. It's in a dead-end caldera.
Yes, and it'll probably be the last thing he does. And here's Sunken P-Bag Cave. Oh, and just 100 points for. He's upset with his controller, which is all you, MiRai.
He looks a little frustrated, but technically he is in the lead here. So.
Oh, just a pea bag and Sunken.
Not much in the lead, but he has a slight lead.
Yes. Because here comes Animus finally back to the east. But, oh boy, it feels like he's way behind at the moment.
Well, getting that child so late. Going into P6, then leaving, then getting the hint that you had to go get the child, which is in P6.
And then
and you know where he is right now, right? He's going to go to New Kasuto and get...
Spell, and gonna find out that it's Reflect, and... Oh, there's the glove on the desert tile.
That's a nice find. So now I can easily see him go back to P6. And
honestly, Animus is MiRai's in go mode.
Well, we know where GP is now, too.
Yes, he knows where GP is. He just has to find the other two palaces, which I think he will do right away. He'll go back to the west, complete P4, then come back to GP. But he wants to... Oh, what are you trying to find here, MiRai? Oh, trying to see if there's something down here.
Does he not know where all our palaces are?
No, we do not yet know where all our palaces are.
True, we don't, like Slammy just said, we do not know where Vod is.
We don't know where the Valley of Death is, and there's still one palace out just in the open in the east, or buried under Three-Eyed Rock, which we have the flute for. So we don't know where 2 and 5 are. We know one has to be out in the open and one has to be in Valley of Death, but which combination?
I don't know, but it seems to be trolling us right now.
Well, MiRai does have more of the east to explore. I mean, he's got this little pathway he can go.
Yeah, he'll go north, see what we have.
Oh, Animus making the direct play to 4.
Okay, that will give him a palace up, but MiRai will have more knowledge here.
Yes, right now the knowledge lead is to MiRai, but it feels like that knowledge lead is slipping away.
If you figure out where these dungeons are, though, you can clear them, and you know where 4 is already.
Yes. Oh, but
that is a dead end.
He has not found the other 2 palaces. At this point, he's going to take connector caves just to see where they start leading. Oh, and the immortal red bots. Yeah, Big Slam, that is very true. And here's the item in P4. It's the boots!
Ooh, that could be very helpful because we don't know where those palaces are yet.
But yes, boots not required yet. I think there's... Oh yeah, here's a cave. He can... Yeah, here's a pass through. This will probably lead to Nibiru and our other 2 palaces. Now Animus is on the warpath to find Karok here, and oh, he's got lefts on both up and down.
Everyone, make sure you cried for a second for Krista that River Double is not required. And tag her while you're at it. It's always fun. Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did. Oh, Animus wants that one up, but Life 4 is just not getting the job done at the moment, and he's taking a beating for it. Oh, look at all this swamp. It's the legendary.
That's painful to walk through.
It's the legendary Dig Shake Swamp.
Okay, so now we need everyone needs to tag Dig Shake because of the swamp.
Yeah, MiRai low on resources and getting through Stomp. Yeah, Samu. Is this version 3 again? Just the field of swamps. And it's just a big old swamp with nothing in it.
It keeps going and going and go.
MiRai was trying to make sure the best he could that there was nothing up in that swamp. And once he did, he was like, oh, okay.
If we find palaces up here, he will definitely be going into them because you do not want to have to bog through that swamp again. Pun intended.
Oh, yeah, and now we have a potential boot block. Now this could switch. Because
this looks like a dead end too.
Oh, is this?
This is another.
We have a hard boot block. The lead is back to Animus now.
Ooh.
The lead just swung, just like that.
Well, MiRai will head over to P4 since he knows where that is.
Yes.
Hopefully dig the item. He at least has the knowledge of that up area.
The item, yes, he does. He has exploration knowledge still that this is so close right now. Because while Animus is going to have the boss lead, MiRai has the exploration lead. Oh, it is going to be close. How fast can MiRai get into this P4, come across the boots, and get to Karok?
Max, we never say anything's done until the final swing on Dark Link because GP is also known as our Great Equalizer.
And here's MiRai into P4. And now the boots can take the easy way to the east. And is already walking.
Yeah, this definitely...
but here is...
the boots from MiRai.
Boots from MiRai, and he's shaking his head because he knows, oh boy, why didn't I go do P4?
He wished he had those.
Why didn't I go do P4 first? As soon as I got Reflect, why didn't I go see?
And
just one up on the water tile, so nothing missed by MiRai there.
MiRai's not needing any... Animus hasn't gotten glove yet.
No, he hasn't, but he's about to. The desert tile's right here.
Yeah, and then Animus... Oh, here's the double left that...
and we know this up one is the right way. So MiRai is routing this very correctly.
So this... I mean, this catches MiRai up a little bit.
And there's GP knowledge from for Animus, but he's not getting to that northern section here.
He's gonna find this dead end here, and then he has to walk all around to see the other dead end. So he hasn't seen that swamp yet,
and he still hasn't gone into desert tile.
Uh-oh.
He completely skipped the desert tile.
That might be a big oopsies.
That could be a major oopsies if it plays out.
Today's match is brought to you by the word oopsies.
And yes, good swaths of this.
And
East
this
are-
will be Karok right here in the
not
next
yet.
coming rooms. Because
Yes.
this was the right path.
Yes, this was the right path. MiRai is closing in on Karok, and then he'll get back to the east, and here's Karok right now. And here's Animus getting his glove.
So it's going to be close. I mean, MiRai has a knowledge advantage.
Yes, he does.
Not much of one, but he has a little knowledge of the horrible swamp area. He knows it's 100% bootlocked.
And there we go. Now it's tied up in bosses. But,
MiRai has to feel a bit behind getting the boots that late in P4.
yeah, he does. Oh, and he's just burning gems. He's on the run.
He says, screw it, I'm needing to get going.
He has to feel behind at this point, and he is just going to go as fast as he can, as quick as he can.
He is going to pick up shield here, it looks like.
Yeah, I can't blame him. Life levels aren't doing the best. So shield would be a very nice
Oh, they're saying MiRai's getting jump. He always gets jump.
oh, good jump. Okay, yeah, this is jump, right?
Jump around.
But as we can see on it, Animus side, Life 4 is not hot.
I thought Mito had shield today, but if it's jumpy, you guys might be right. I was slightly
Yes.
distracted at the beginning of this race.
Mita has jump. It's Rudo that has shield.
Okay. My cats had made a mess that I had to clean up, so.
And Animus finally laying his eyes on the big, endless dig shake swamp.
I can see MiRai heading over east immediately, walking around that lower area, trying to find where we need to go.
Oh, here's Animus already.
He said screw it to that swamp.
And yes, here we are.
And right behind, there's the Valley of Death entrance.
Yes, but where's our other palace? Because we need to find that as well. It must be in this graveyard. Or up in that area. So we have VOD. We just need to locate the last out and open palace. There it is.
There it is.
There's P.
We shall see one.
Oh. Animus didn't strike at the statue, so we'd have no clue at the moment.
MiRai saying screw encounters. I am behind. I have to get going.
Yeah, and he is zooming. He is going to be into this palace. Animus is in here shortly.
It's a close. We have a really close match, people.
Yes, we do. This is what we wanted.
Life favors MiRai, but magic favors Animus.
Yep. And we still do not know what palace we're in here with Animus.
It's a painful one. And here comes P5 or 2 for MiRai.
Maybe MiRai will give us the answer. It's P5.
Okay, so both our runners going and looking for Guma.
So P2 is in the Valley of Death.
And just so people are aware, Guma is not a child sitter today, so...
No, Guma ain't... Oh, and there's... Animus has found Guma! Oh my goodness, he found that quick!
Guma.
Oh, that's big. How can MiRai match it? Oh, but this Life 4 is... Oh, this could be where MiRai catches back up. Because Animus is only on Life 4. And Guma is hitting like a truck.
Do you remember the route he took? Because I don't.
Oh no, I think it was left there. Oh, I think MiRai is going the wrong way. Oh, but he turns around.
2 hits from Guma, and yeah, it's
and there goes.
Oh, there's another life.
There goes down Animus again as Mirai
Animus down to his last life here on Guma. Needs to play very careful. At least it's not a long path.
This could be tragic if Animus were to game over here.
Yes, Guma's hitting like normal.
Oh, there's one. Come on, Animus. You gotta play careful.
He is. He's bouncing around. Oh, those close hugs keep scaring the hell out of him.
Yes, and there's Guma down for Animus. I believe Mirai is going the right way. I'm not sure.
We've been too focused on Animus's very close calls with Guma.
No,
that is not the right way.
And that's P5 down for Animus as he races now for P2.
That means our good old cross, which is in P2, is in the Valley of Death. Which we're not going to be grabbing anyway.
No, they are going to want to. They're going to be beelining straight for Helmet Head. Oh, but this is a long Valley of Death.
And here is Guma for Mirai.
Now, can Mirai get it down on his first try here? Because if he does, he makes back a bit of time.
Mirai also has attack 5, where Animus only had attack 4. As I walk through the Valley of Death, I shall fear no evil.
Rip, Coolio.
Ooh, Mirai playing it a little close. He can't take another hit or he will die.
Look at that lone mountain in the middle of the valley alongside the palace.
And entering P2 is Animus. And there is Guma down on first attempt.
So, as Mirai finishes up P5, Animus enters P2.
Ooh, that is a painful room over on
yes, it is. Having to use Thunder to clear it. And this is the item room here in 2, and it's a pass-through, so...
Jumps over the cross.
Just jumps over the cross. And now Mirai on 556. I do think these levels are going to tell the tale come GP.
Well, we realized the life actually helped a lot more on for Mirai because he's got through P5 faster. Where Animus took a bit more damage, almost game overed on Guma. The attack 5 also will be beneficial.
Yes. Because if Animus doesn't pick up another attack level, that's attack 4 going up against Thunderbird.
T-Bird is painful on 4, probably.
Yes, and...
Here is Mirai into P2.
Yep. As Animus continues to search for Helmet Head. And he's going to keep going left here. This could be the key divergence here.
Will Mirai get lucky? Mirai having that really fun room, by the way. Not needing Fairy to get through it, though.
Nope. Or Thunder.
Yeah.
And Animus finding another divergence, and Mirai's just going to pick up the cross, because why not?
Hey, that means our Mirai side will be tracker percentage tonight.
Yes, it will be. As Animus continues to search for Helmet Head.
He's that way. Or that way.
Is he?
Maybe that way. I'm pointing in 2 different directions, by the way. You can't see me, but I'm the going joke. He went that way.
Let's see. I think MiRai.
MiRai hasn't had a divergence yet.
No, but he's getting close on the first one, and it'll be. Does he? Oh, good save.
Just enough magic, or not just enough, but he had a fair amount of magic for Fairy. He chooses to go up here.
Oh, and that's a loop back to further where Animus was. I don't think he realizes it. Oh, MiRai, that left you just went by. That could be... Go back, MiRai. That up and left could be the one you need.
That's up and right, by the way.
Up and right, I mean. And both of our runners are convinced that this is... that further to the left is where...
MiRai taking the Bowden path this time.
MiRai not... because he has a red jar there deciding, yeah, I'm not playing around with this. Oh, and MiRai might be going the right way. This is the top of that one I wanted to go back and take. MiRai, I think, has found the way.
Yeah, I think Animus found himself in a loop here.
And if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen...
Oh, here's a divergence. No, never mind, it's just an elevator. With a divergence.
No, that's not a divergence. That left is a dead end.
Okay, so we keep going. See, my knowledge of Z2 is ever questioning.
Oh, they are both in loops. So now the question is, which way is the right way?
That way.
I think Animus has finally found it.
In the invisible wall?
In the pass-through wall. Yeah, because we have not... Oh! Is that... Oh, no, okay.
He up and aid when he came in here, so... he saved... reloaded, because that's our life. He needed life. This is a new room for Animus.
But I think MiRai is right on his heels here. Yes, he is. This is starting to get very close.
It's anybody's game.
They are separated by about a room and a half right now.
I will say MiRai looks like...
Oh, Animus now down to his last life.
And that death actually helps MiRai catch up even more time.
Yes, because they are now in the same room.
I will say MiRai definitely caught up time. We didn't see... he didn't take nearly as many passages.
Oh, and that's... Oh, and with the struggle Animus had, MiRai has now surpassed Animus.
This is why both runners, yes, are in the finals. This is great to see in a finals. So close.
And such smooth combat by... Oh! It's a game over! Oh no!
Painful for Animus, and because there is Helmet Head!
There's Helmet Head! Ladies and gentlemen, that is the momentum swing of the match. This might be all that MiRai needs to secure his win. And ladies and gentlemen, I know this is 2 minutes late, but welcome to the 1 hour mark.
Happy 1 hour. We are too absorbed into this ever so close match between Animus and MiRai.
And MiRai burns the gem. He is going to be rushing for GP. But will GP be the great equalizer tonight?
At least Animus knows exactly where he needs to go.
Yes, but it is a long walk back.
GP is never short. Ooh, get your fairy.
Good save by Animus, but Animus has got a long walk back to get to where Helmet Head is.
Wasn't it further south?
Yes, he's going to get in this grass and he's going to go down, and it's in this mass graveyard that we have GP. Fitting.
How would you say it's fitting? It's like one of your commentators' names, right?
GP?
No, just
cemetery.
Pun intended there. Full 100%, you know.
Oh, this race has been everything we've expected out of a Game 3. It's just unfortunate that Animus took that game over, as 103.20 is MiRai's entrance into GP.
Wait, why is Animus? Has he not found in the path back up to that sidewall?
I don't think he might not remember the way to Helmet Head,
Uh-oh.
which is bad. And there was an immediate key room in GP. And room 2 is Thunderbird.
Ooh, well, that means we will have a lot of GP afterward.
Now we get our first good look at Thunderbird here, and attack 5 already
Paying dividends.
paying dividends. And if this is the pace that attack 5 Thunderbird's going, Animus is going to have a much slower fight.
This is the boss fight that never.
And also, MiRai is on life 6, where Animus is still on life 4.
By the way, there is Animus making it back through that hidden wall.
He is on his way back to Helmet Head. Hopefully this time.
Bit pissed off, probably.
But down goes Thunderbird from MiRai.
Yes, but how many splits are we gonna have in GP?
Yes, how divided or linear is this GP behind Thunderbird?
With that, by the way, MiRai is now tracker percentage.
And Animus down to his last life again.
This too hasn't been brutal for him.
Yes, but it's all because he's been on this life 4, which is not doing anything for him. And this is the room he died into last time.
He's just trying to say screw it and get through it, but you were down to last life, dude.
Alright, he's through. But he has to get through here, because this is where the... Oh,
Dude, oh, go get that. Now, how bad can these,
get through
guys
that,
be?
and he'll be through, and he will get his way through, finally, to Helmet Head, and he's gotta be knowing that that game over might have just cost him his easy spot into Grand Finals. Now he's gonna have to try and work his way back to it.
One more.
Helmet Head. There he goes.
Whew. You had me worried there, Animus.
As MiRai now continues his search for Dark Link.
Please get yourself
And
a
there
life
are
level.
splits. There are splits. There are deviations. So there is a little bit of hope from Animus.
Please get yourself a life level here.
Oh
He's
no!
taking
he
attack
took
5.
attack. Oof!
He's playing risky, man.
This is so risky. Because GP is beating up MiRai, who's on its life 6.
At least he'll have the same attack going into T-Bird that MiRai did now.
Yes, but with... Oh. And these blue chicken knights that are hitting MiRai for, just a little over 2 containers of damage, it's bad.
MiRai debating if this is a dead end.
No, he's debating whether this is a room he's seen before or not.
Ah.
And I think he has found out, no, it's not. It looks like the same, but it is not the same. Ooh! Red Chicken Knight resisting the thunder.
That is a very interesting block for an elevator.
But he's going to go outrun the red, come back. Oh, but the bubble gets him. But luckily he has a plethora of lives.
Yes, and he hasn't seen as many deaths as Animus said.
And here's Animus at 107.44.
About 3.5 minute difference, I think.
About almost 4 minutes difference.
Okay. But,
4 minute plus difference. MiRai was in at 103.20.
okay, well, we do know this is a great equalizer, though.
4.5 minute difference between the two.
Come on. Well, and we know this next room is T-Bird.
This is going to be interesting because how hard does T-Bird hit Animus on life 4?
Hopefully, it's only like a single. It's 2, or he can take a couple hits. Or he can just have a full clean T-Bird would be grand.
That would be ideal, but oh man, this...
Animus, your fans are biting their nails at this. Come on. MiRai making his way back
MiRai
up.
found a loop. MiRai found a loop down there, so he is making his way back so he can go back right here.
Yeah, you don't need... okay, so he can
only take 2 hits, and he's already taken the first.
Second hit will KO him.
Yep. So life 4 is definitely far worse than life 5.
Okay, 2 health bars left for T-Bird. Come on.
But he might get a life 5 level up here off of T-Bird.
Just got to get those final swings in. Come on.
Yep. Oh,
that was close. There we go. Woohoo!
T-Bird down.
Game over there, by the way. Or not a game over, but a death.
And there's the life up for Animus. Now
we can
I'm
stop
like
sweating bullets
5
as
at
much.
least. But oh man, this
bubble room.
that waffle and syrup room is just brutal because of the Bago Bago. They are just because they hit for so much. And so do these vertical dots. The combination here is just brutal, and it's beating MiRai up.
Come on, get out of the room. Oh,
yeah, that's what you want to do. In identical rooms right now.
Oh, there's the red Foca there.
While Animus gets the magic jar.
That is what MiRai was hoping for.
Yes, but he is not as bad off for magic as Animus was. I'm having to play this carefully because he only has 1 more life after this.
Animus does?
MiRai.
He took another death, but when I didn't see it, I saw him at 2 lives.
Oh, but there's Darklink!
Okay, so 8 swings away, and we will have our first participant in the grand finals. Get ready with your GGs. 8 swings, 8 hits, or 8 connected hits.
There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There goes Darklink. And ladies and gentlemen, with an official race time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 20 seconds, MiRai has won the race, won the series, and secured himself a place in the grand finals.
And you look at that relief on MiRai's face. He is so happy. Over the moon.
And ladies and gentlemen, he was in there for about 8 minutes. On the dot.
That has to be nerve-wracking.
Yes.
Being in there. But you don't see your other runner GGing yet. So.
Oh, and there's an invisible Moa in the room Animus is in.
And he doesn't have the cross, so we can't see it.
Yep. But he manages to kill it. And ladies and gentlemen, the turning point of this match unfortunately came in P2 as the game over, a room away from...
Oh no, there's a fire bath for Animus.
And Animus seems to be going the wrong way too, so... But the game over in P2 just before Helmet Head has sealed Animus's fate tonight. He will be going down to the losers bracket final to
he will take on the winner of Sparkles versus Trail. That is some fun matches.
And MiRai, ladies and gentlemen, has secured his best finish in a Z2R standard tournament ever. He can finish now no worse than second.
He has. He claims he has never finished. So this is amazing.
He has finished. This is the highest he has finished to date. And Slamu, I believe it. Believe it. He already has a win over Trails.
Yes, but a 34-second win over Trails.
A win's a win.
So that means any time, though, Those two are so close in any match.
Oh
that
yeah,
they do.
it is going to be a 3-game series. I have a feeling, no matter what.
I hope it's a very good series. We will be getting MiRai in here for an interview in a few moments. He looks like he's shaking after that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Z2R fans of all ages, welcome in not only our match winner,
Hold on,
our game
can
winner,
you guys hear
but
me?
our
'Cause I
match.
can't actually hear you.
You can't hear me?
Can you hear us? Testing. We can hear you, MiRai.
I can hear you loud and clear, MiRai. Hello?
I wonder if his speakers stopped working, or his headset's not want to cooperate.
And Animus has thrown in the towel.
GG, Animus.
GG, Animus. Once we get MiRai back and functional with his headset, we will talk with both of you.
All right.
Can you hear us, Animus?
Oh yeah, I can hear both of y'all. Congrats to MiRai. Very well done to, and congratulations on advancing to the finals. Big win.
Yeah, I want to hold off on addressing what happened in the seed until we have MiRai.
Okay, can you hear me? Because I can
Yes.
hear you
Yes,
now.
we
Okay.
can
We can hear you
now.
loud and clear.
I don't know why Discord wanted to use something other than the default device. Anyway, hello.
Hello
MiRai.
and GG. So congrats on being the first person into the grand finals. It was a wonderful race between you two.
It came down. It was close the entire way until the events of P2,
Okay.
where unfortunately Animus took a game over the room before Helmet Head, and you did not.
Okay.
That was the moment.
Wow.
That was the thing that gave the final burst of separation for you.
Wow.
I figured I was 10 minutes behind then, so.
Oh no,
No,
you were only
you-
4 minutes behind coming into GP. You were still in the lead at that point, and you were still only 4 minutes behind going into GP. So it was still close. And MiRai was still having a pretty good search for a Darkling there. He was in GP for exactly 8 minutes on the dot.
I felt so far behind after I saw the boots were absolutely free in P4. Animus, did you dig those out?
Yeah, you were a bit behind there.
Digging them out. I mean, I felt behind as soon as I saw that P6 was required, so I had to go back into P6 to get the Reflect spell. Although,
Actually,
I
Animus,
felt even more behind when I noticed that Reflect was fire, so I could have just picked up fire and then it'd be Reflect. So
yeah,
would have been should have just gambled on that, but you know, do what you gotta do.
I'm over here clearing P6 and I get the kid. I'm like, well, that could be Reflect. And then I do the East and I'm like, oh, it's Reflect, big brain play without the hint. And then the next town over, it's just fire. It's Reflect in New Kasuto. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, we did have a good laugh here in the commentator booth at that one. But
yeah, because I saw you cast fire on the spell tower screen, so we knew it wasn't spell. And then you came back. I saw you immediately cast Reflect, and when you threw your sword and I saw the fire, I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, and then I do 3 screens, walk into New Kasuto, and spell is in Old Kasuto right next door. And then I got to go back into Old New Kasuto and do 6 more screens of walking, 3 in, 3 out. What a joke, dude! I felt so far behind.
Just for your 8th magic container.
And
Yeah.
then you did. So once Animus got Reflect, he jumped into P4 immediately while you were trying to. Animus, we were a little worried for you because you were walking all around the desert tile where the gloves were, and we're like, go back, go back.
Oh, yeah, I was looking for the raft. I was trying to get to Death Mountain as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it.
Well,
I knew you were going to gamble on that. I knew it. And that raft tile is on Maze Island.
Yep, the far northeast corner.
He's like, he wants to go to Death Mountain.
I should have looked a little further.
Well,
I walked the
consider-
complete wrong way on Maze Island. I walked the long way along the frickin' eastern side of it. So I saw, that first. I saw the raft tile first, saw no items, and I last location the 2 items on Maze Island as well.
Yeah,
Another thing that made me think, I was like, Jesus, it just had to walk the right way and I would have had everything.
Yeah, you two went the opposite ways on Maze Island. MiRai went clockwise, took the long way around. Animus went counterclockwise, found everything almost immediately. It was just little things like that, back and forth throughout the entire race, but you were still both very close, like I said, until the events of P2 unfolded.
Yeah, I was I've now begun to choose things other than just rights. So I've been gambling with lefts and just, I knew Animus was probably going to be gambling with lefts. And I'm like, I'm not going to let him gamble alone. We're going to gamble together. And so I don't know if there's Helmet Head. There was probably 2. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't remember. It's such a blur at this point. So I don't know if there were multiple ways to get to Helmet Head or not, but there might have been multiple ways to get to Guma.
There was not multiple ways to get to Helmet Head. It was a very linear path.
Oh, that's right. Head. That's right.
The other thing that made a huge difference, Animus, you were only on life 4, where MiRai was on life 6, and it made the world of difference.
Because everything was hitting like a truck.
Life 6 sucked. I'll tell you right now, Life 6 still sucked, and I was genuinely concerned going into GP, being like, dude, these things are just going to chew through me.
Yeah, I pretty much have figured out that life 4 through 6 is pretty bad, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter whether or not I take life 6 or not. So I had 6 heart containers, so I was just like, well, I'll keep the cost low for gym purposes.
You had a sweating on T-Bird where 2 hits would have sent you flying.
It's good max rando practice. I mean, that's a 1-hit KO on max rando, so you got a 2-hit KO. That's easy. That's easy stuff right there.
Animus knows. Animus knows.
So, any other thoughts on the seed?
Congrats. I think the biggest thing I'm disappointed is I couldn't find Death Mountain for the viewers, so I apologize. I apologize to everyone. I failed you. Maybe next time.
Well, again, GG's MiRai. You have a nice little break until we find out who you play, and even you, Animus, we have a nice break until we find out who wins between Sparkles versus Trails, which Game 2 is now set for Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely. Have a great one, everyone. Thanks so much for restreaming and commentating this match. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.
All right. Later, Animus. And MiRai, one other good thing for you. This now marks the highest you will finish in a standard tournament.
Well, it's my first standard tournament, so...
Oh, this is your first standard tournament. Well, isn't this like the highest you'll have finished in all the tournaments you've competed in so far?
Yeah, I finished 3rd in SGL last year, which I don't know if you consider standard. It's not technically the standard tournament for Z2R, but it's a standard-ish tournament. But yeah, 3rd in SGL last year. I don't know where I was. 4th in Max Rando.
So this will guarantee you no worse than 2nd.
Yeah, I went into this race thinking, if I lose, I essentially have guaranteed myself 3rd. So whatever, you should just be happy with that. And just go in and play the game. And then everything was fine up until I realized boots required. I don't have them. It's either 4 or Death Mountain. And I'm like, oh, God.
Well, thankfully it wasn't Death Mountain because...
Well, I mean, it could have been good if it was because I knew where the raft tile was. So.
True. It could have played out in your favor, but
there probably wasn't much else for Animus to explore. So he probably would have been back to Maze Island soon enough to see the raft tile. So I don't know.
Now when Clem generated the seed, I went and I ran it through Z2R and I saw that the West took forever. So I knew we were in for a doozy of a West.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't. To be fair, the randomizer just tries to generate a biome multiple times, and if it fails, it just tries again and again and again. So Yeah, whether it's complicated or not, I don't know if that really has any bearing on it. But I know we like to look at those seeds that take a while to generate. It's like kind of like a unicorn when they take a minute to generate. It's like, wow, this is going to be interesting. But sometimes it's just pretty normal. It felt pretty normal today. I don't know.
That East was pretty nasty in its own right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, it went through the cave, go north through. That's right. And then you had to come back down, and there was a dead end, and it was all boots.
And of course, the dig shake swamp.
God, there's no shortage of swamp. Jesus Christ!
I know the East was swamp locked. There was so much swamp in the East.
It felt terrible to move around in. We got to get a terrain slider to move that swamp down to about 2% or 0% of the terrain.
I will say one of my favorite parts about the was the fact that GP was in a cemetery. But
So it was. I was very concerned about that GP as well. Just I started to get nervous after taking all. I actually was talking about gambling lefts earlier, just a moment ago when Animus was still here. It's just I felt that I might have had a competitive time going in, so I was just like, I will just route this right. I'm just going to route this right. We're just going to route this right, and we're going to assume that something is to the right. And then Thunderbird's 2 rooms in. I'm like, oh boy, and I just kept trying to stick to as many rights as I could for the most part, and it did pay off in the end. But I don't know if there was potentially a quicker way to get there with some other connection, but it did seem a little linear near the end to get to Darklink. But
yeah, there was a lot of possible routes in between Thunderbird and Darklink, but once you start getting about 2 or 3 rooms away from Darklink, it got pretty linear again.
Yeah.
I will say it was quite linear to T-Bird.
Yes.
Key locked room, another room. No, key locked room, Thunderbird. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but the 1-ups from bosses were nice. So it wasn't like you wasted a whole bunch of resources on fighting him the first time. And then it was just get the 1-up and just go. No reason to up an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a nice, quick, any key, or the magic key. So
yeah, that's right. Early on, we get Fairy out of Raru or Saria, and I'm like, oh, now I got to pump magic levels. And every time I do that, the magic key is like 30 feet away, and we find it. And then I'm like, well, I wasted a whole bunch of magic, the whole bunch of experience on magic levels. It could have been attack and life levels at this point, but no, I pumped
you made
it
them
magic.
up. You made them up pretty quick with that P bag that dropped in the same cave.
Yeah. Plus, I got the hint. We had the hint for the magic container on the west. So I was thinking, okay, well, I got it down to 75. If I just get another magic container, which is foretold to be around here somewhere, that'll be 80, and I'll be able to cast it one time. And then all of a sudden, that was a magic key in the next cave. I was like, oh, okay. Because it's Jetty at that point, and it's like, oh no. Now we just got to find the glove, and it's like, go.
Yep. But when I saw the cost of Fairy at level 1 at 99, I was like, oh no, I'm having flashbacks of C2 of game 2.
It's really impossible to tell. I mean, it might drop to 48 on Magic 2. You never know. I mean, it's a middle of the road. It's a mid-range spell in vanilla, and all the spell costs they follow the same curve. Essentially, they follow a similar curve as they do in vanilla, where late game spells start out expensive and they'll drop as levels go up. And Fairy's right in the middle there, and it could start out expensive, it could start out cheap, but it's gonna drop eventually. Well, usually.
Yeah, and then all those magic containers you found.
Yeah, I don't sweat the cost of Fairy too much unless it just is like we're on Magic 6 and it's still like 56 magic. It's like, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I was mentioning earlier. When you're leveling up your magic and that Fairy spell isn't budging out of the 50s for the longest time, it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, if you're relying on Fairy to get 3 palaces and you only get 1 cast of it per life, it feels pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, GG again, MiRai. Yep. Great to see you in the finals. We're looking for a hell of a good match. We've got one today. You and Animus put on a nice show. We will, for those wanting Z2R, we will have Trails versus Sparkles 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday. If you're looking for Z2 all keys, just regular Z2, we have a tournament still going on, and once we're done here, we will raid them. So, any final questions, Night Shifter or chat for MiRai?
No, just GG, and can't wait to see you in the grand finals.
Any final thoughts, MiRai?
Yeah, the pressure is on. It would have been a lot. Now it's really on because it would have been not as much on if we would have just been fighting for third place. I guess. I mean, I might still see Animus in the grand finals again. You never know. He's got another shot. So it's best of 3 between him and the winner of Trails and Sparkles' match, and then the winner of that best of 3 comes up to face me, and then it's another best of 3. So it's best of 3s every single time going up here. All losses are reset along the way here. So.
Just try not to be rusty when you finally get to play in
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, GG to Animus. It's was not none of these races are comfortable at this point. You know that the mistakes that you make, it's very likely going to cost you, and that's going to be true till the end. And again, GG to him, and thanks for the restream, thanks for the commentary, thanks to the viewers. I hope it was quite the show. So yeah, that's it.
We have thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, we will cut it here, and hopefully you go preheat your oven, team preheat oven, and we will see you all later. We're gonna go raid Zelda Speedruns 2.